It is a match of two friends, almost brothers, but rivals on table. Two players who have for long claimed superiority for whom is the king of the North, Cesar Chandiga versus Kenneth Odong in the quarterfinal of the ongoing Thurs of Kampala. First frame has been won by a serious looking Kenneth Odong with a face of determination and a character of a guy who wants to reclaim his spot against his position. And yet this presents an opportunity for Odong to claim what almost belonged to him after coming from the north. In 2016, playing out in the National Open Grand Final, 2017, it actually was the round of for the semi-finals, losing out to eventual runner-up William Bosinja. Since then, a renowned player who frequenting himself between Gulu and Kampala, playing tournaments in Kampala organized by the Polo Association of Uganda, till he came to limelight, the forefront in 2022 when he participated in the Grand Open Championship, one of the calendar events of the association, and with victory over Ibrahim Makayanja in the final. That was the time. In the meantime, when Cesar Chandiga of the country participating in semi-professional pool in Zambia with Sharks Pool Club, where he himself was at there. And yet Odong had won a tournament of the Polo Association of Uganda, being the first player resident in winning major competitions in Kampala. When Cesar came back, Odong was then seed number 2 in the year 2022 at the end, and Cesar dominated Kampala and Gulu and Fort Poto and Masaka and everywhere in between, just as he had dominated in Zambia and became the more dominant force of the two. Today, Kenneth Odong has a chance to redeem himself. And talking of redemption, this is a second consecutive clearance, this time an apple from the player who is nicknamed Regeza, who is now leading 2-0 against the Scorpion. It looks may end up as a short game, if at all what Odong has produced in the first two frames is anything to go by. producing exactly the kind of pool you're supposed to produce if you have any chance at all to take down Cesar. Last time these two guys faced off was a quarter final in semi-final of a 64-man competition that was organized at Amigos in. On that day, Cesar came out victorious. On that day, Cesar went down to Odong. On that day, Cesar came from down and defeated Odong in a race to 9. Not so many times that you see Odong, the taller guy, by the way, in case you've not yet differentiated this, looking so serious as he is now when taking down Cesar. I would imagine that much as there is a lot of love between these guys, in their hearts, there is a lot of competition. I don't think Odong took it so lightly when Cesar Odong, who was the first player into the limelight for 2017. And just the following year, a very young boy, Cesar Chandiga, who had qualified for Uganda's biggest competition, the Special National Open Championship from Lira in the north of Uganda, qualified also for the first, lost out in the second round of the competition, but had impressed enough to the effect that the Gulupula decided to always bring him to the city of Kampala every time there were pool competitions. And yes, to the effect, later in 2019, early in the year, the Easter Cup of the procession of Cesar was brought to participate in his first tournament of the association after the National Open. He played up to the semi-finals, the round of last 4, after losing out to eventual first runner-up Lubulwa Simon the Computer in the semis. After he was signed up by one of the teams in the Uganda National Pool League based in Kampala, called the Kampala Central Pool Club. For him, he represented only for 1/2 season before joining Ron's Pool Club in the eastern city of Jinja. Thereafter, the then manager of Ron's Pool Club, a pool enthusiast in the country, Hans Rugari, who was by then also the team patron of the Uganda national pool team, the Cranes, and work schedule in Zambia, decided to influence the move of Cesar to Lusaka to participate in a tournament that was organized at the OYDC in Zambia. A tournament, WF tournament, which Eden Joseph, but one of the revelations of the tournament was Cesar Chandiga, an unknown guy from Uganda who lost out his lives at the quarterfinals, but impressed a lot, especially the way in which he defeated 2 of Zambia's best players, in Moses Moya and Edward Katita, the soldier. To that Sharks Pool Club and its manager, its boss, Zahid Mushi, talked to Cesar and his then manager Hans Rugari to sign up the guy, which signature became successful. When he came back to the city of Kampala, he only played one competition, a 16-man competition of the best players in Uganda, one after taking down Joseph Kasozi in the final, and thereafter moved to Sharks Pool Club in Zambia alongside his friend and then teammate, then captain of Ron's Pool Club, Dennis Ongom. Since then, the rest is history. Odong has won a competition ever since he followed in the footsteps of Cesar earlier this year, moving from Gulu, Kampala, to grow his talent with better competition in the city. But say that it is taking shorter time for Odong at least to reach the prize bracket than it took Cesar when he moved to Kampala from Gulu. In fact, when Cesar first signed with CKI Pool Club, he was most of the time a substitute, sometimes an substitute in the club below more fancied players like Sulamatov, like Mosa Sechidiba. Like Mirembe William, the short guy Bebe, yes. Like Joram Nabasa, watching online. until a tournament of the best players in the country was organized the following year, 2020, in a league format, with all players playing 20 games against each other twice across the course of a year. A tournament which Cesar won convincingly. It was dubbed the Temseo Masters event, and since then has never ever looked back. For this game, he has just pulled one back, and the score is now more close and tight and more tense. Odong 2, Cesar 1, rest 5. One of the most deadly sights on the pool table when you are an opponent of Cesar is when he puts on the break and when the balls are so well scattered and when there is a color is distinctively better in terms of ball positioning than the other, which is the Reds in this case. He has one issue of the two Reds near the pockets, the one for which he has gotten a white ball for. This one may go as one of the easiest apples that Cesar will ever perform. Always a business-minded player and a meaning business. When he is on table, he has just informed us on his socials that his trip to Warsaw to participate in the World Heibo Masters Series is now in the balance, because for this very competition, the organizers demanded that the governing body of the sport in his country takes charge of his travel expenses, then the organizers take charge of the other expenses. Something which has not been guaranteed up to now by the population of Uganda, meaning that much as I've been saying that he's headed for Poland also, it may not be the case. But he is headed for an equalizer. Very quick apple. Oh no, not yet. Wait a minute, will you ever? Is he the most unexpected miss of anybody will ever have on table? Will this be Odong's chance to finally take down Cesar? The only one time I remember Odong having beaten Cesar was a double elimination tournament that was organized at Amigos in KAMWOKYA. There are two Amigos venues, the one in Kansanga, another in Chibuye. There is the one in Kansanga. Their own double life tournament normally happens once every year. Tournament that was won by, I think, Senyanjo Glorious. In one of Cesar's lives, he was taken down by Kenneth Odong. It was a race to 6 with penalties in case of 5. Yes, 5-5 it was, and yes, Odong won that match on penalties. He has a bad looking yellow game. It is bad even when you are Odong. There is space between the position of the black ball and the jaw of the corner pocket on the left. The space is sufficient enough for Odong to pass at least one of his yellow balls. Maybe better still to displace the black ball. At a chance to redeem himself in this frame. 2-1, Odong playing to make it 3. Unfortunately. Yes, he displaces the black, but no, he misses. Cesar's best chance will be to bank that black ball to the center pocket on his left, the one on your screen. He instead goes for a sharp cut and perfects it. It was an easy shot and equalizes. Cesar 2, Odong 2, rest to 5. Thank you for watching. Herbert Sawa. Ivan Oketa, you think Cesar just wanted to punish the black? Okay. Oketa, your point is noted. The wicket in the viewers section. Thank you for watching. Always Bushira Nasona Tateka Masvora. From where I'm watching the stream, okay, but in case it's not okay from where you're watching, please notify. In case I may have to restart the video, but from where I'm watching it looks okay. I'm seeing two people, however, in the comment section who are saying it is really not. Okay, I think it's enough of the. I am restarting the video. Maybe take Facebook. But maybe let it be after this ongoing. After this, I will restart the video. Guys, from where I'm watching the video is okay, so I'm finding it hard to believe that I have to restart it. Maybe it has only stabilized now. If you still find it shaky, please indicate now. But from where I'm watching, it is okay. I have to re-emphasize that I have not seen Odong with a serious looking face and body language as is now. Cesar. And look at that shot. Prepared for it as if he were a man having to his weapon to make a kill, and follows it up with an even better backspin to find a cue ball for the black, which is as accurate as the word accurate itself. He is going up. He is leading 3-2. Sometimes Cesar's performances against Odong have come up when Odong has led as if Cesar became there annoyed, as if Cesar felt that he has a score to settle against him. That is when you see Cesar's best game against Odong. There was a match that was organized between the two as the two players who were under then the same management prepared to participate in the grand finals of the National Open Pool Championship. Then Odong in a race to 11, 5 I think to 2. It was as if Cesar was waiting to play with some bit of anger, and then the beast unveiled itself in him. The rest was history, game after game won by Cesar. But this time, you think that a race to 5 of the two players is seemingly favoring Odong. This video is bad. And I'm being made to think that if Odong wins this ongoing frame, it may be too much for Cesar. Even if Cesar is Cesar, to try and win 3 games in a row when Odong is playing as he is. Will he put red off yellow? He decides not to. I am not so certain that Cesar is potting the red ball clearly. I think he can, but has to be very careful. A shot is okay. Those are the little details from better players. That is pin point accuracy. Both the pot and the use of the white ball to open up the red. As long as he follows it up with accurate shot, which Cesar does, like normally Cesar does, and he equalizes. Cesar 3, Odong is now a rest. Please accept my apologies. I can also see that morally their time is a little bit shaky. It's a problem of the network, not a problem on my side. I would have wanted to break it, but I'm just making this decision not to. And then for the next stream, I think up to the end of the tournament, we may have to opt for Facebook. A very strange scenario where, as a player, you have 6 yellows on the table. You can put in 3, if not 4 pockets, because your opponent has 3 reds which are occupying 3 pockets. Cesar's aim was to put his ball off Odong's yellow in that case to open up the pocket, and it was not. But should Cesar somehow find a way to make clearance, then it will be one of the very best he will ever have. He has a chance to put both yellow and red in a combination shot to the corner pocket. Right of your screen, maybe play safety shot. A safety shot he has played, and a very effective safety shot. Odong being Odong, I would imagine he will want to put the only red ball he can see to the top left corner pocket and use the white ball to open up corresponding corner pocket on the right. I think it is the shot tempting, and white ball putting the corresponding red. No. Cesar will be observant to ensure that Odong's shot is not a foul. Unfortunately, it is a foul. The positioning of the balls was so tricky that Odong indeed played his right. But in drawing the white backwards, the white hit Cesar's yellow and fell right in the pocket. And Odong knows that he is not winning this frame, and losing this frame most likely mean losing the match. He went 3-1 up against Cesar. Same style almost as Cesar did in his previous match against Ivan Kanyesi, who went 3-1 up. As if the same thing is about to make an occurrence. Little shots which have too much detail in them. The fans start to chant his name. They normally do, as long as he makes them happy. Cesar 4, Odong 3. There is one more match which is about to happen right now of last 16. It is the only match which shall hold the tournament up to a little bit later. Otherwise, the winner of this match goes into the semi-finals to take on Joseph Kasozi, and I think it is the match coming up live next on Dog City, coming up against Jackson Asiku, winner to face through the semis. And if you are to go back and look at the videos of these games, one thing you have in mind to share with me is that Cesar almost had no right to even think that he was winning this match, and went 3-1 down. How Cesar has so far limited him to those three. How it could end up with Odong winning only as long as Cesar makes this clearance. Here we are. As long as he sinks this one in, white ball just rolls off Odong's red. Cesar is up against the black. When he's playing, he's like poetry in motion. An unfolding story, which you must read to completion. And here he is. A match in which his opponent too much determination to beat him at least this time round. A match in which there was more of a score to settle from Kenneth Odong, in which you think the rest of 5 was not long enough for Cesar to win when he went 2 games down, is a match which also went in favor of Cesar in terms of the final scores. Final score: Cesar Chandiga 5, Kenneth Odong 3. Coming up, break and finish Facebook is Cesar Chandiga versus Joseph Kasozi in the first semi-final.